Hello, George here from Scott's Studio. Hope everyone is doing wonderful. Just wanted to hop up here for a moment to say hello. Hello, hello, hello. I am out in the field this week. I am playing for a camp, a camp for church camp for teenagers. And so I am the keyboardist and MD in the worship band. And so it involves a little bit of different. It's not Sunday morning church per se, but it's still worship, and it's just a little different. And some of the biggest differences with doing something like this, where you are at a camp and you've been asked to play as a part of the team, is to one, know your part as a team, because you're bringing an important piece of the puzzle to the success. And I know part of the mission is to lead worship and to do it well, but you also have some practical things that you have to bring to the table. One of which is just preparation, knowing what the set is very well, and then being able to adjust. So, one thing that happened yesterday is we had one song called Praise by Elevation Worship. That's one of the songs that we did. Definitely not gospel per se, but we did that song and we wanted to do it in the key of D. But the person who was leading it decided we needed to do it in the key of E. And so this is where the transposition on site came into play, because we're on the day of and we're doing the song and we had to change the keys. And so transposed on site, and there's a lot of ways you can do that, where you can do it by number. If you just know the chords, you know the song so well, is one thing, but if you know numbers in your number system, you can very easily transpose it from D to E and be okay. And it does really require you to know the song very well. And so, had that experience right on the field, where you really got to apply your skills and be able to adapt in the moment. There were tracks. We have click tracks. So if you have trouble playing with a metronome or click, that's something you really want to work on, because even in my experience this week, that's what we're doing. Everything is on click, and you need to be able to remain on click for the sake of the rest of the team and the rest of the band. And so using click, using tracks, requires you to really know the songs very well, and then to also be able to adapt very, 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 very quickly. So adapting quickly is important, and not losing your footing, because that's what will make people want to hire you back. It's not always being like the number one top player. Part of it is being able to have skills to be able to adapt, adjust on the dime, and giving something quality the entire time, not just in your gift, but in your character, how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, how you interact with others. It's Music is a big part of it, but there's so much more to it than that, that will allow people to want to have you there as a part of their team and as part of their event. I am, Sandra. I am leading at a week-long event. It has been great so far. We're kind of in the interim right now. So we're in between the morning session and the evening session. Tonight we'll have another rehearsal, and then we lead worship again. And it's the same thing in the morning. Rehearsal in the morning, lead worship. Rehearsal in the evening, lead worship. So it's a lot of music to know, and a lot of skills that you have to implement throughout the time. So just some tips from a worship leader who's currently out on the field doing what I've been talking about online. I do. I do these pretty often. This is the fifth year that I've done this camp in particular. The first year was 2021, and the director that I worked with, we were friends before, but this was the first time I ever played with him, and he was very, very happy with what I did. And so now, any event that he is planning that they ask for a band, he asked me to come along. And so I'm one of the few that has been around this long in this configurement doing the camp. So I know a lot of people. Um, I know a lot of people that are there now, a lot of students that are there now. Yeah, so it's been a little while, and I really do enjoy it, not just because I love to play, but I also get to minister in a unique way to the students. And, money can't buy that. I can promise you I am not getting rich off of doing this gig whatsoever. But the skills that you really do acquire, your preparation, you listening to the songs, playing through the songs, knowing them deeply, having your strategies known very deeply is very important to being successful. Would love to see your stage setup on the next video. I will see what I could do about that. It's always so busy, and most of the time, that auditorium's being used for other things between the set one way. So if I can get a picture of some sort to post, I will do that as well so that you can see it. I'm playing the classic Nord, something really simple, but I have my settings on there for keys and pad. I have two pads, and then I also have an E piano under my piano to give it a little bit of thickness. So it's one of those things where you miss it if it's not there, but when it's on, you're not thinking there's an E piano there. And I hope that makes sense. But since it's a four-piece band, we have bass, guitar, drums, and me. So I'm filling in some space just by adding some pads to give it some wideness and some bedding, and then playing the songs, but also playing some fills around and making sure it sounds very, very full. Quick live in the auditorium would be fun. It would. It would. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, just because we don't have it all to ourselves. But I will see what I can come up with and let you know if it works. All right, guys. I don't know if anybody had any questions or anything about what I'm doing out here in the field. Just as a side note, I mentioned earlier I'm working on a new program and would love to talk with you guys, or with you rather, about some of the things you struggle with, some of the things that you're looking for to improve in. So hit me up on my website, give me a call, or hit my Calendly link and set up a video call with me. All those links are in the description and on my page, so you can take a look at that. Hey, how you doing? Good. You could take a look at that and book that with me, and I would love to talk with you about what you got going on. All right? So you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time, and have fun practicing. Take care.